All right, all right. We are a little late. But are we even on? Let's see. We got one. Hit refresh two. Hit refresh on this one. And I guess just two. Even though it says we should. There we go. All three. It took kick a while to kick in. Hopefully this kicks in with the chat. We'll see about that. All right. Yeah, real way. Hey, appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody being here. Tom Jensen, Retro Richard. So I asked a question I already know the answer to because I'm already interacting with you. Are we live? I said, are we live? It looks like we are. VigilanteWilliamson here on the 114th episode of VW Casual. And I was finally working on music, man, getting into my own head, out of my own head, whatever. I have a Nasalante William Pyre. Shout out to Nas. I'm not sure if he's showing up. Sorry for the late start in general, 11. Did see some of the football today. I've been trying to, like I said, get out of my own head, work on music, finish these projects, and get in the habit of regularly making and releasing music. Because that's what I want to do. And so I was watching some videos on, fear of making music and creative stuff. So that was helpful. And I just did something simple. And I don't like it, but I fucking did it. So there you go. So hopefully I can just get in the habit and try to improve. Because otherwise I would play it for y'all, but I don't really like it. I don't know. But all that, whining and complaining, thank you for being here. Not sure how long the stream is. We always want to try to get to like hour and a half, 2 hours per stream. But if it's just kind of boring and late, we won't. I didn't feel like playing the game, so there's that. Hey, listeners, appreciate you being here. Hope everyone can hear me. Hope everything's cool. Let me get some Gatorade. I'm also low on weed, which means lower on patience. So there's that too. But doing good. Starting to warm up a little bit here in Texas because it's been cold all week. Obviously, heart goes out to everyone in California, particularly the LA area with all the fires. Fucking told you, bro, the Texans. I was rooting for the damn Texans. I am rooting for them. Good to see ESPN had to eat shit. They said the Texans were a fucking bye. Holy shit, they look stupid, bro. Texas fucking dominated. What do you think about Kansas City, though? Snow there up in Canada. Did it snow bad, listless? Because now it's Houston versus Kansas City. That's tough, obviously. I hope Houston can do it. They did score more points than any team this weekend, yep. Yeah, Texas were the most dominant team this weekend, actually, when you think about it. It ain't even close. Dropped through more yards. Y'all had the best defense. Y'all scored the most points. Yeah, Kansas City get that boost. That's a real statistic, Retro Richard, or something like how often gambling on them hits when Taylor Swift is there. It's insane. That's like a real statistic. So watch out against Kansas City and the Taylor Swifties. I want Houston to win that game. Aziz allowed to play. Yeah, something happened with him early. Did he get hurt early? Or like a cramp or something? Man, Texas have a real serious defense. I know a lot of people are not saying, well, the Chargers don't really have anyone outside Lad McConkey. It's like, man, I don't know. I think this defense is fucking for real. Because ESPN don't want to just admit, hey, we fucked up. So I just saw a YouTuber admit that he fucked up on Jaden Daniels. How come ESPN can't do that shit? Hey, we fucked up about the Texans. We were fucking wrong. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. This defense is good, and CJ Stroud's generational. That fucking play late, was it the first half on 3rd and 16 where he's running damn near out of bounds, running for his life, and slings the ball back. Not quite middle of the field, but like, I forgot who he hit. That was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen in my life. That was a generational play. It changed the game and fucking San Diego never recovered. It just started to snowball. And then fucking, how about this defense getting 4 picks out of a QB who only threw 3 picks the whole year? That's fucking incredible. I mean, I saw it live where they picked Goff off 5 times like Booker T. This defense is serious. Like, not just for this year. If they put this shit... Now, here's another thing, though. This offensive line is not that great. I mean, Joe Mixon had a solid game, but boy, that offensive line has some issues, especially in the interior. That's one, not to rain on the parade. Long term, that has to be addressed. But when you talk about how good the defense is, and once they can get a little bit of a lead, you know, Joe Mixon is a tough motherfucker. He'll at least get his 3 or 4 yards. So you can start to kind of, because that helped. That definitely helped the backside of that game. Yeah, that O-line is bad. That O-line is real bad. I told people Commanders had a chance. Yeah, Commanders definitely had a chance, and they proved it. They almost didn't. That damn kick almost missed. We're talking about football. I'm sorry for everybody who ain't watching American football. The fucking Commanders, I want to say the Redskins. Watch the Redskins beat the Tampa Bay Bucks, and the Houston Texans beat the Los Angeles Chargers. I want to say San Diego. They were Los Angeles way back in the day too. They do have a good coach. They have a really good quarterback. Holy shit, Jaden Daniels. And god damn it, I made a video about why they need to reseed. And here's another reason. Because the Commanders are considered the 6th seed, we have to face a 12-win team, me and the Lions, a 12-win team, when there's going to be a team with less wins still available. So even though we were the 1 seed, the Eagles are going to get a team with less wins than what we'll face. This is another reason, infinite reasons why they should just reseed and not put so much weight on the division. But I got yelled at for saying that, so fuck that guy and fuck everyone else who thinks it. Fuck Ohio State, no. Well, at least you guys are winning now because ain't nobody been there the past 4 years. But, well, obviously Jay Stroud was. We still beat him. But still, that's not the point. Fuck Ohio State. Fuck Dean Spanos, too. Yeah, hey, Keely Child, what's going on? Who yelled at me? Somebody in the comments yelled at me because I said, so the NFL playoffs, this basically, division matters for you to get a home game in the first round more than record. The record can get you in the wild card, but then you still have to go on the road. And it affects the seeding. So, because of that, we had a 13-win 5 seed and a 12-win 6 seed, even though both the 3 and the 4 seed only won 10 games in the NFC. So, as a result, I guess if Minnesota wins, I'm assuming Minnesota's going to lose. I hate to say that. I hate to shit on Minnesota. Maybe I'm being that because we're a division rivalry. I'm assuming the Rams are going to beat Minnesota. That's what I'm assuming. Because I think Darnold, we'll see. If Darnold can prove me wrong after last week's game. But he might be exposed. He just missed some fucking throws last week, too. But it was really, once he started to get rattled, he just couldn't recover. And it's like, oh, shit, just blitz him early. And he's been good against the blitz all year. And we didn't do nothing crazy, but he just looked scared to death. Fuck the Eagles, kick him out of the NFL, right? I don't care about Ohio State winning because I hit it all week. Stroud couldn't be horrible. Oh, boy. Well, thanks for that, fucking ESPN. Not that, I've always been mixed at hardball, man. I'm glad we finally won the Natty. He's one of these guys the media loves. I've always thought he's slightly overrated, but he's slightly rated. I mean, he did win a championship finally at Michigan, even though it took a few years. And Lord knows, even though recently we've been doing good against Ohio State, it took him a few years for that to change because we were getting our heads kicked in Michigan. Fuck Notre Dame, though. We can all agree with that. Everyone in the chat can agree, fuck Notre Dame. No one needs Darnold to expose himself. Mixon is still playing. The Bengals, The Bengals, good Lord, that team needs a lot of help. I mean, they had a generational quarterback, generational receiver, and even a good edge rusher, but just nothing else. I guess T. Higgins too. 2 good receivers, an edge rusher, a quarterback, and a bunch of other guys. Including on that offensive line. That's not a great line too. That's what I learned, man. Offensive, defensive line are the 2 most important parts of the football. I learned that as a Lions fan because that's what turned us around. Don't forget free agency, Harbaugh and the Chargers. Future trade Keenan Allen to the Texans, even though they offer more. Oh, wow. I did forget that. For more sports ball, Sports Wars. I'm tempted to almost say fuck Sports Wars. Kelly. Is that what you call it, them? Because I don't really fuck with geeks and gamers. I don't hate geeks and gamers. Shit. For more sports ball, subscribe here. Shit. Texas trade for Diggs. I'm almost done building cybernetic legs in 3D for my Captain Metal cover next. All right, well, good on that. Glad I ain't the only one doing creative stuff. I don't hate Sports Wars. They ain't did shit to me. What's his name was cool the one time I met him. The fucking redhead who I keep forgetting his name. Because I don't watch the shit no more. That's just a real thing. You know what I mean? They ain't plugging my shit on their channel, so I ain't plugging they shit on here. I mean, it's cool. It's already there. But they say, hey, Vigilante, let's just. But shit, I don't talk about that woke shit no more. I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to cover the fucking. What's that shit? I much rather talk football when we talking now than talk about fucking shit. Snow White, I think it is. And then didn't they make a Snow White thing with that Ben Shapiro looking bitch? Trying to make fun of it. I guess they're not doing that. I'm glad not to talk about that shit. I much rather talk about C.J. Stroud. Listen, I'm fuck Ohio State, you know what I mean, always because of Michigan, but, you know, I like C.J. He's a good quarterback. I'm glad he won another playoff game. Sucks that Tomlin didn't win a playoff game. If you're a member of the channel, you can already watch what I think about Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It actually also comes back to the Lions because everything does. Talking about Ben Johnson, a lot of stuff going on. So, if you're already a member, if you're not a member, you can always join. The video will be public for everybody on Monday, but that's one perk that members have, early videos. So it's playoffs. You know, I could be talking about serious things, but I might get fucking community struck for that. That's another thing that happened this week. I had a community strike for the episode where we were talking about. I'm not even sure if I should talk about it because all I did was talk about a subject, and they gave me a community strike. I didn't say that this thing was the case. I said I'm not sure if it's the case, and I genuinely am not, even though the strike obviously gives you an opinion. But the episode where we looked at the Superman trailer, we had some talks about certain medical procedures, and just considering certain conspiracy theories got me a community strike, even though I didn't say that it was true. I just talked about it, probably because it's using the AI that doesn't understand context. But, like, how 1984 is that? That just talking about things that may be controversial could get you a community strike, especially when you consider, like, we live in this fucking world. I mean, there's not a news story that goes by that there's not theories on the internet. Whether it's the fires, whether it's the Ouija thing, the election. People always are going to have theories on what they think happened, and that aren't the norm. And just discussing them is going to give me a community strike? That's fucking crazy to me. But it is what it is. You're right, small time. I think it's time. Like, there's several things true, and it's spoiler for the video. You're right. The Steelers have only had, you said, 3 presidents in 90 years. I think it's less than that, but it's not that much. It's less. It's like 60 or 70. It's something crazy. Some crazy statistics. But they don't like making changes. You know what I mean? Or maybe that is correct for the president. I know they had 3 coaches since the 60s. It was Chutno, then Cowher, and now Tomlin for like 18 years. I think it's time for them to separate. You know, spoiler for the video. I don't think it's time to hate Tomlin. I'm sick of hearing Pittsburgh fans call what he did average or mediocre when most teams, most franchises, including the Lions, as of 15 months ago, couldn't do. You know what I mean? Which is consistently be good, consistently go to the playoffs. And I also think Roethlisberger throughout his career has been pretty overrated, especially considering how many picks he throws. 3 head coaches in 50-plus years, yeah. So 3 presidents, 90 years. I'm assuming that those are all like the Rooney family. 3 head coaches, 50 years. They don't like changing. I think it's time for a change. Andy Reid had to leave Philadelphia. Now, I get the criticisms. There's a lot of criticism. This team does keep getting blown out in the playoffs. They're not just losing close games. They're getting smacked in the playoffs. And the defense that's supposed to be so lauded, this I did discuss in the video, but I saw a bunch of videos on it. I didn't want to watch any of those. I wanted to formulate my own opinion. I'm glad I did. But some of the stuff I did pick up from looking at this stuff is, Roethlisberger. It's like, Roethlisberger was not great. He threw a lot of picks. Even one year, he had like 5,300 yards, but like 16 picks. And I know a lot of people talk about AB and Juju and Le'Veon Bell. They had a good squad, but I think Roethlisberger was always the weak point because he threw the ball to the other team too much. And now some of that is the own coordinator. Some of that is the offensive line, as we talked about, wasn't consistent the whole time, but some of that's him. So, and we talk about offensive line. Roethlisberger was a guy who liked to hold on to the ball. Ruffleberger, right? He was he's a quarterback. He used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But yeah, he not only that, he held onto the ball a long time to try to make plays down the field. What they glazed Josh Allen for, but a lot of times that can lead to sacks and pressures and bad throws, and he didn't really get the blame for that. I think he deserved. Now, in saying that, he also didn't make the change. He didn't make the change, but then again, the franchise doesn't like change. Once they got something in place, they don't like changing it. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they keep him another year. They did re-sign him last year. They may just run out the contract and then go from there. Maybe that's what they already discussed. Maybe they already discussed, hey, we're going to re-sign you. We're going to let this contract run out, and then we'll go our separate ways, from here on out, unless you win a championship. And even then, whatever. Yeah, that's also another thing. That was a lot of drama. Now, some people also put that on him for not being put it on Tomlin for not being a locker room leader as a coach that he needs to be. But I always say he's a defensive guy. And as a defensive guy, that defense is different from offense, right? And this is probably his Achilles heel. Defense, you want some chaos. You know what I'm saying? I love Antonio Brown crash outs. You don't want to crash out as a wide receiver, but you do want to crash out as a D lineman. You know what I'm saying? Like James Harrison was a crash out. Remember James Harrison? Ryan Clark was a crash out. Remember Ryan Clark? These guys were crash outs, but they're on defense, so it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool when it's on wide receiver. So he might kind of foster that, hey, we want a bunch of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how his defenses, when you look through historically, have kind of functioned. With a little bit more chaos, but that's not good for the offense. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. Hold on. They might still that might swipe Tyler McCarthy. So Kelly Child, that's a good point, but he did get back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ryan Clark has become complete Disney shield, complete ESPN shield now. But he was a psychopath back in the day. Hold on. Sorry about this. I should have muted the mic. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, Ryan Clark judging Aziz is absolute bullshit. Homie. That's why I liked you as a player. And this is what I was going to say to Kelly Child. It actually goes hand in hand. You know what? We're going to get into a Steelers edit. Because in order to do this video, I did a highlight. I just looked at some highlight tapes and put them together. And I'm going to just find one of these James Harrison or Ryan Clark edits, bro. They are intense. It was a different league. So what you said about Tomlin winning with college players is just, it's a fact. You know what I mean? What was it, 18 to 22 starters playing under college. Probably still a good percentage even at that Super Bowl they lost. But the way that defense was to function, and we'll see the edit, and we'll look, and we'll remember, oh, yeah, this was not a defense that schemed and all this crazy shit. This defense was hurting people. The goal was to cause human pain, and they took that out of the league. They literally ruled the way he taught defense out of the league. We're going to show the tape and show evidence that I'm not lying. And he still adapted and got solid defenses, though they've been getting blown out in the playoffs, but at least solid defenses since. So that's my positive. And again, all those playoff runs, even if they're to lose, the Browns would trade places with y'all in a minute. You know what I'm saying? The Jags would trade places with y'all in a minute. Even the Panthers, who went to a couple Super Bowls and not won it, might trade places with y'all. The Jets, whoever went to a Super Bowl since Broadway Joe, might trade places with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know, I get it. I get these things, but I don't think you guys realize what it's like to go 10 years, 15 years without going to the playoffs. I don't know if they have. Have the Pittsburgh Steelers over the past 50 years gone 5 years without them going to the playoffs consecutively? Have they gone 5 years without going to the playoffs at all? I mean, you know what I'm saying? They've enjoyed such incredible playoff success that when you are having a down, and I'm not saying don't get rid of him again. I think they should get rid of him. I think his time has come. But, boy, are you sure you want to go through this, man? Because it can be dark. It's dark and hell is hot, man, like DMX said, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you should swipe Tyler with McCarty. I think Tyler's better than McCarty. I genuinely do. But yeah, Ryan Clark, yeah, he has become a total shield. What a pussy. We're about to show this shit. Hopefully, is this okay, it's queued up. Yeah, we're going to show this shit. Hope the Jets hire Rex Ryan. That's always weird. I mean, the Raiders did it. Your old coach becomes a commentator for like 10 years, then you rehire him after 10 years like you didn't fire him. It's weird, but okay. All you got to do is put clips for Flacco and Alonzo. Oh, shit, yeah. How hypocritical it is. The Browns, yeah, I guess the Browns did trade places with y'all. Rebuilt your whole franchise, right? Well, that's a whole can of worms about the Colts leaving Baltimore. And so then the Baltimore then stole the Browns and the Browns re-existed. More shocking stat, Deontay Johnson had more yards than A.J. Brown. Wow, that's shocking. But let's just see the old Pittsburgh. They don't allow this shit no more. Oh, you get the Zelda's intro. But you can't play like this shit no more. No. It's Ryan Clark and James Harrison combined. Come on, bro. These are the hardest hits.
Trying to go 80 yards, full plays against this Steelers defense.
Steelers backing off, playing zone. What a hit, dislodging the ball. And a very serious hit James Harrison lays out.
He is. He's dropping off into a zone. He sees this back crossing a formation.
Oh, James Harrison wouldn't either one.
Wow. I think it's hitting the head.
James Harrison or Ryan Clark wouldn't be allowed to lead either. Vontae Burfict, absolutely not. But this is why I'm giving him some credit, because this is what Tomlin used to teach his defenses to do.
Harrison walks back over him, too, actually.
And Tomlin and Dick LeBeau, who, to be fair, was a coordinator for both. He was the common thread. So maybe while we talk about Coward, maybe Dick LeBeau is the guy who deserves most of the credit anyway.
Well, we spoke to Dick LeBeau, yes, and he says we are an angry bunch for 4 hours.
Dick LeBeau used to teach people how to be violent. He taught it in the 90s. He taught it in the 2000s. He taught violent football.
And they are. They come to the stadium in a bad mood.
That guy right there, though, James Harrison. I talked to Heath Miller, the tight end. He says, I am so happy when training camp is over because I don't have to block that guy anymore.
I just watched excellent.
Vikings must get to the 34. Favre for Harvin. And a big hit laid on Percy Harvin, who was shaken up coming off the shoulder by the free safety Ryan Clark.
Percy Harvin used to have like all sorts of issues too, like migraines and shit. You said credit to Pete Carroll for teaching clean tackles. Fair enough. Even though, what's his name? What's the guy who used to kill people in the Legion of Boom? He used to really hurt people. But, I mean, he didn't teach fucking to call the right call on the goal line. But I didn't see the Bills game. I missed it. Ray Davis, Bills, HB got knocked out. Cam Chancellor, yep, small time. Oh, boy. Cam Chancellor Chancellor, you're right. Earl Thomas, oh, yeah, I do remember Earl Thomas hitting Gronk. But, yeah, I'm thinking of Cam, yep. Cam Chancellor, yeah. He used to smack people. Pete Carroll they're talking about, I've always, ever since that fucking goal line thing with Marshawn Lynch and not giving him the ball, and just even calling a bootleg run. If you really had to get Russ, why would you have Russ throw it? That's always been crazy for me, and I've always downgraded Pete Carroll, who is actually a pretty solid coach in his own right. But after that, in my head, I couldn't help it. I'll never understand not just winning that Super Bowl when it's right there. Never understand it. It's the reason I think football is rigged. It was the main reason that started it, was that play. Super Bowl, whatever it was, you're at the goal line. You have one of the best running backs of all time. One of the best running backs in the league, if not the best running back in the league. You're a few yards away from winning the Super Bowl. You don't just hand it off. You don't hand it off once. It just makes no sense to me. But yeah, here's some more violent NFL.
Percy Harvin, too. We've talked about stepping up and making a play. Percy Harvin's going to make a big catch. Ryan Clark comes in.
The Vikings left guard.
I did
told
see
us Favre has been a great teammate. I hope to have his energy when I'm 40.
Well, he had to come in. He had to be quiet.
Straight drop from McCoy and flushed out of the pocket. And now he throws at the last second and completed it as he got planted. And I mean planted. And he's down, and there's flags down as well.
At the end of the run, first down.
As he lets go of the football, here comes Harrison. Look at the head snap back, helmet to helmet. No question there, Brad.
Class until he's played some January, February football. Well, you don't put anybody in Tom Brady's class. 3rd and 7, over the middle. Got a hand on it.
And Ryan Clark laid out Wes Welker.
Oh, my God. I remember that one.
Is this helmet to helmet?
It really wasn't.
He comes in with the shoulder.
Defense number 20.
The shoulder than the helmet, but he did
I remember Kevin
realize that football was nowhere near Wes Welker.
He was incredible.
You have your fingers crossed.
Yes. Mike Bell is in. First and 10. Bell picks up Polamalu.
Oh, I remember that one.
Massaquoi was
Did they suspend him for that one?
Oh, my goodness. Harrison again.
In a defenseless position.
He wasn't.
See, he's defenseless. No way he can protect himself. No way he can see the defender coming. He's looking for the football. Let's listen in.
This is only a few years of footage. And this is like almost every week you had a hit like this from one of these guys.
Oh, what a hit. Ball's out.
And most of these are in division.
Covered by Timmons. Ryan Clark is still down.
Steelers game with a rookie quarterback. You got to get creative on offense. Josh Cribbs in the Wildcat, and you see at the end.
2nd and 15. Flacco will throw into traffic, and that ball is dislodged. Flag is thrown. The explanation.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Hit on defensive receiver number 25.
Dave Kingman, next thing you know, he's hitting one out the park.
Shazier, yeah. Some of these guys were just absolute sociopaths. Yeah, I remember that one.
He was hit low by Harrison.
Basically, that's a tag team wrestling move.
2008, and now Harrison. And the others, look at him. They all try to get him to the ground and just try to body slam Vince Young. A trio of defenders. You remember a few years ago when
That's fucking crazy.
Levi throws and almost intercepted again by Taylor. But a left flag comes in at the last moment. Real quick, it happened so fast.
Fucking people
almost intercepted. Here it comes the hit. There it is, underneath the shoulder. Ryan Clark did it proper, just like they teach. And we're showing it in slow motion. So that happened. You put that in full speed. That's, like I said, tough call.
This ball picked up. Watch this. Kiesel. Can he get a block? Look at the big fella. Oh, Kiesel cuts it back. Touchdown. Pittsburgh. Pounds. You watch here. This is throwing this out to Straughter, and he just misses it. Gay lays the wood on him. No, that's not. No, that's Harrison. No wonder he didn't tip that. He knew he was going to get labeled.
The bounce works for him. Reed, great hands to scoop to the 32. Needs one more block to turn the corner. Flag down. Steelers have it. In the air, caught by Lawrence Timmons out of Florida State. Flag is a block in the back. And Reed having the ball pop up in the air was there as well again.
Then the Chargers did.
It was James Harrison.
James Harrison once again the helmet right on the football. Clinical tackling. James Harrison causes another turnover.
Oh man, yeah, that's. Oh man, don't mess with me, copyright people. That was cool to watch. Go my memory lane. That was pretty brutal, man. That's some of that stuff was definitely. Some of those humans are definitely feeling that to this day. It's crazy for Ryan Clark. That's Ryan Clark, ladies and gentlemen. The same asshole that talks all the bullshit and just says whatever ESPN tells him. That's him. The guy who was out there trying to kill people in the fucking NFL. Who ran full speed, head first, into humans for a regular basis. Because he really, wasn't the most talented guy. No, not. So what he did, and he wasn't even that big, but he just would throw his body at people. Saints destroyed Kurt Warner. We threw a pick in the Superdome. Boring everyone. Ryan Clark was definitely dirty. Hey, Zach. Hey, Cinch it. And of course, BH, SCR, everybody else, KC. Yeah, that was brutal, man. We were just watching Ryan Clark and James Harrison absolutely illegally hit people. Yeah, goring everyone. Not boring. Yeah, they were goring. Absolutely, it was fucking Rhino Gore. Just goring everybody. At top speed, goring and spearing everybody. Absolutely, it was absolutely crazy. So I hate to say it. I miss that NFL. And if the NFL was like that, I'd watch. They ruled that out of the league. Most of those plays were penalties. If you go back to the 90s shit, if we put on a older, like a Roddy Lott, those aren't penalties. Let me see if we can find Roddy Lott. I mean, we're probably going to get in trouble. How the ticks line. See, that shit had an impact. Even if you took the penalty. Imagine if they flip Mahomes like that. Like they flip Vince Young. That's going to fuck Mahomes up. But they'd throw the whole team out. They would make the Texans forfeit the game if they hit Mahomes like that. Like they hit Vince Young. But if they were, imagine they were like, holy shit. I bet you that would stop a lot of Mahomes' little crazy shit they glaze if he got hit like that. He was like, whoa. Caused a little pain there. Don't know if I want to run around. The days got super rough. Yeah, he didn't necessarily take no for an answer. On multiple dates. This wasn't just a girl. There's multiple times this guy said about this guy who was a fucking quarterback. And you would think Popular doesn't need to do this. He just doesn't take no for an answer. Texas touched Mahomes' shoulders. They threw a flag, so it wasn't a oh, yeah, I did. I remember that shit. Just like was that 2 or 3 weeks ago when that shit happened? This is why passing numbers are going up. Exactly. Offenses can use the whole field without knocking out the receivers. Exactly. You could not throw over the middle, and that was a part of it because you could get your receiver hurt. And there were no rules about helmet to helmet. There was just, hey, your receiver got fucked up. Let's see. Let me see. I'm trying to get Roddy Lott highlights.
As a rookie in 1981, Ronnie Lott made an immediate impact. He played 14 seasons and was all-pro at 3 positions: cornerback, strong safety, and free safety. Lott played with a passion that earned the respect of teammates and opponents alike. His leadership was a driving force in San Francisco's 4 Super Bowl seasons.
He is the one player.
This is, I think, from the 100 greatest players, which, I mean, that's cool. I'm trying to see hits. Let's see this. It's 4 days before Christmas. I knew it wasn't that. So, like a few weeks ago, yeah. That's what I thought. It's still recent. You don't get got for this damn music. The fuck? Are they gonna show him hit anybody? What damn near Let's go back to Africa. What's going on with this song? Oh fuck. There we go. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh, this guy's catching this shit. Oh, fuck. He just got rock bottom. Sorry to keep making that weird noise. This is brutal. Oh, is that Barry? No, it's Billy Sims. Oh, that is. Oh, fuck. He fell on his head. Oh, shit. Yep. He had Icky Woods. Icky was way bigger than him, too, for a minute. Oh, fuck. Was that up? I think that might have been up. Shannon Sharp. Was he 82 or was he 84? I think he was 84. Jesus. This song is kind of an ear violation. You probably can't even hear me. Yeah, I don't know what the song's saying. We better not get in trouble for this dumbass song. I finally turned it down. Oh, fuck. I think yeah, ear grapey. He could be saying the N-word a bunch. I don't know what this motherfucker's saying. He could have been saying anything. Sorry about that music. There were some pretty violent hits in there, but I don't know what the fuck was going on with that song. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. Songs maybe frost my tips, right? This very 2003. D'Amico Ryans probably plays that vid. Locker room before games. Shit, I think that's the way you should. He was listed cupcake agrees. Who knows what he was doing? You know, we are getting claimed. Fuck you for that shit. Don't claim me for that bullshit. That shit. I don't know what was going on with that song. But thank everybody for being here, man. We were talking a little bit about the NFL. We don't really have a subject. Just kind of chilling. I didn't really feel like playing a game. Not time to play no games, man. Roll Tide. It says the Zax. I guess. But shout out to the Texans this weekend. Good luck against Kansas City. Hopefully this time you guys can get them and stop this fucking menace. Stop this the Phantom Menace, the Phantom Menace of Kansas City. The odds are against you if Taylor Swift attends, which she probably will. So Trump has Jedi mind powers. Oh Lord, the Orange Man podcast. as what's his name would say, Retro Richard. They blame. Yep. See, I already knew it was coming. They do blame everything on Trump. They blame Hulk Hogan on Trump. It's like, nah, people just tired of Hulk Hogan. People are tired of Hulk Hogan. That's just it's okay. Plus, we were tired of ads. If you watch that fucking Raw, god damn, it was like 1,000 fucking ads. And then Hulk Hogan came out trying to sell you some beer. It's like, man, get the fuck off my screen. Get your old ass the fuck off my screen. They sell in Greenland. What's going on? That's why I don't pay attention. That's right. Just talk about sports or anything else, just not the fires. Yeah, well, I talked about getting the claim, just talking about the jab and what may happen. You can't even talk about it. I probably shouldn't even said that, but fuck it. The Miko Ryans might as well not argue the cause. Yeah. With the Kansas City Swifties, as Keely Chow and many have called them, they get every call all the time, every time. How else do you think a team that hasn't really been good that year still gets 15-2 and rested everybody in the last game, so really 15-1? But they've won most of the games by one score. I think only scored over 30 one time. It's like they're getting cheated for. This is awful. They gotta die. Like, please end this madness. Because I honestly, if the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year, that's gonna hurt fucking the viewership something fierce. It's gonna hurt the viewership something fierce because people are gonna say, all right, you know, I'm done. And a lot of people are gonna check out if they do because of how they've won. Because every win is suspicious. And if they get a bunch of suspicious wins through the Super Bowl, people are going to check out. Millions of people are going to check out. So they can do whatever they want. I don't run their league. I'm just telling you, a lot of people are going to check out. Oh, the three teams that didn't score 30? Yeah. So Chiefs, Raiders, and Patriots. But two of those teams are compete with our top 5, top 10 picks. The other one is the best team in the league. It doesn't make sense. Skatibo seems like a future Lion. I'm not sure what we're going to do in the draft. I have no idea. Rock, Undertaker, Triple H get huge pops while Hogan was booed out of the building. Yeah, the people just tired of Hogan. And I don't want to hear Trump because fucking Undertaker had him on his podcast. He had Trump on the damn podcast. So if Undertaker could get cheered, had nothing to do with Trump, fucking with Hogan. People are just tired of seeing this fucker. Yeah, and then people have heard every fucking story. There's nobody who is an active wrestling fan who hasn't heard a bad story about Hogan shitting on somebody. That's what it is more than anything. He's came out since the racist stuff and got a cheer, got a pop. Other people support Trump and they've getting cheered. It's just we've heard a lot of fucked up stories about Hogan. That shit is, he did the fucking Joe Rogan experience. How many videos fact-checked Hogan? I mean, there are videos with millions and millions of views talking about Hulk Hogan being a liar, man. It's a known thing. So like this is what's going on? I'll show you. Let me see. I wonder why Hulk Hogan got booed. Well, here's 1.4 million people have seen this. 1.1 million people have seen this. 2.3 million people have seen this. Millions of people have seen all of Hulk Hogan's lies, and these just the lies. Selfish time he buried people for his own gain. I could make a video about this and get 100,000 views. All the times he's caught lying for no reason. I wonder why they booed him. It must be Trump. Like, no, asshole. It's because he's a piece of shit. And everyone knows it now. We all grew up. And yeah, it was cool. But when you know he's a piece of shit, it's like, I'm good. I'm done. And plus, you know what? Okay, you said something racist, which is also was fucked up enough. But why are you making sex tapes with your homeboy? What the fuck type of Diddy party shit freak off? The whole racist diatribe came from a motherfucking freak off tape. A great graffiti artist. I think Hogan being there promote his beer. And not that, yeah, the beer, the fact that it was Hogan that people are sick of, and then it was like, here's another thing. Here's the beer. You got to drink this beer. It's like, what? Because the way, if you watched it, and shout out to me and Rich, we was actually watching it on Discord. I actually thought about doing a stream for it. I'm not sure. Maybe. I forgot about the football game. I didn't know the football game was going to be on Monday night. In any event, Hogan, after all the different commercials they had shown, especially if you watch the Netflix broadcast, it's actually better watching the illegal stream. I, like a dumbass, watched the actual Netflix broadcast. It was commercial. And then Hogan comes out, and he's just there to promote a beer. It's like, no storyline, no he's going to host something, no nothing, no nothing. Because that's what they booed him once we realized he's just here to promote a beer. It was a little tippet when his music hit, but he really got booed once it was like, oh, it's just promotion. Hogan was at the RNC because Peter Thiel told him, because Gawker went after Peter Thiel and outed him for being gay. And yeah, they did publish a sex tape. Oh, yeah, and didn't they sue Gawker? The 8-year-old would always like him. That's cool. But Richard didn't grow up with Hogan. I mean, I guess he grew up with the tail end, you know, the 2000s Hogan. Hey, Fizz, we're talking about Hulk Hogan. Yep, we are talking about Hulk Hogan. 8-year-old lied to. Well, yeah. Till said Hogan, he funded the lawsuit to destroy Gawker. I see. So he put so much money in the suit and it worked. Gawker was shut down until the company supported Trump. They told him to go to it too. That's so weird. Peter Thiel's a weird dude, bro. Glad he's not the guy funding the president or anything. Yeah, Hollywood face Hogan. Yeah, the red, yellow, but with the boa shit. The like early, the 2000s Hogan. So you did have that. No, not Hogan. Peter Thiel, who is the guy, the alleged head of the PayPal Mafia, which is the group of people who put together PayPal back in the day and have went on to all start their own companies, including Elon Musk, amongst others. But Peter Thiel is one of these guys. He's super rich. He's gay. Gawker, which is the internet tabloid that published Hulk Hogan's sex tape, which also is the sex tape where everyone found out how racist Hulk Hogan was. Gawker was sued by Peter Thiel, or sued by Hogan with Peter Thiel's money. That guy is gay. He helped fund Hogan's lawsuit. They did win, and then Peter Thiel made Hogan go to the RNC. But Hogan probably has done some gay shit, if you believe all the rumors with Vince McMahon. Wanting some Diddy love to make sure you're a star. I'm not sure if that's true, but you know, John Cena later down the line doesn't necessarily help your case, especially all the rumors about Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels. So maybe he is, but that's not who we were talking about. We were talking about Peter Thiel. Being gay is the least of his problems. He honestly, yeah, he probably is. Now that I talked it out, Fizz, that wasn't who we were talking about, but he probably is. Yeah. Yeah, Thiel's the PayPal Mafia. Hogan equal man, same piece of the pie. There's lots of rumors about Vince McMahon liking dudes. I never seen a gay pro person. Well, I mean, I wonder if these are related. Thiel is the new Soros office manager. Soros office manager? Trump is the Treasury Secretary? Oh, boy. Well, you get what you voted for. No, you don't really vote. Your vote doesn't matter, man. That's why there's no need to chastise people for politics. I mean, unless they say something stupid. Was he involved in the McMahon shit on the guy? Well, might not be a guy. The gal. What the hell I said, Trump? Everything is Trump's fault. And hey, forbid ruin. Oh, so the guy who ran the London office for George Soros is going to be in Trump's secretary. Well, it is what it is. I feel vindicated by saying that both sides suck and having lived with that. So I feel vindicated. I finally got a little bit more ammo on the orange man, so that's cool. But I mean, I don't care. They both are clearly sexual deviants. I think that's, whether they committed crimes or not, that's for the court of law to decide, but they both are some weird fuckers, man. L.A. Mayor's a Cuban radical. Sheesh. Shout out. I keep seeing all the shit with all the lesbian fire people, man. Mahomes, too. Listen, y'all know how I feel about pretty much every celebrity you see on TV that took it up the butt. That's how I feel about every single one. And, I mean, you look at how sweet Kelsey looked. And shit, Travis, Kelsey, and Taylor Swift. Taylor looked like a Travis. The flattest human being I've ever seen in my life. Mahomo. So I think any high-end celebrity you see on TV pretty much has took it up the butt to get in that spot. Any politician you see then probably took it up the butt to become that politician. That's just the reality of it. She's been a part of some Cuban Fidel Castro revolutionaries. I mean, she probably has. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me because that's just how it goes. You know, and then I'm sure because a lot of that shit probably ran behind the scenes from the CIA and other intelligence agencies. A lot of the quote-unquote enemies of America are really allies who just handle operations for what we need them for. LA is burning because she's a communist. Well, LA is burning for a lot of reasons. Same way Maui was burning. So her communism is just one element of it. That just means she's been a part of the system since 1983 and a part of the system. Now, how much does she know of what she's doing? Maybe she thinks it's all because of, Marx and communism. I don't know. But it's really a bunch of powerful people fucking the people, man. Just like it always is. The guy who lost the LA mayor race was the guy who built Pacific Palisades. Was trying to save it. Please switch my position now. Only flat, skinny bitches from now on. We got to stop these fat hoes thinking they're hot shit. Yo, we do have to stop that. We do have to stop that. I said, I'm not trying to judge nobody's taste, but I said Retro Richard, an NBA player, and I think that was his ex-wife, but she was like, I think most people in the chat would say no to. Like, and I'm not being facetious when I say that. And she had some size on her, and she just did not look attractive or appealing at all. And this woman, this is what I keep talking about. The reason all these women, I know it's just an internet thing, but the reason a lot of women think they can get millionaires is because some of them actually can. Some of them can. Ozempic just makes it worse. Give them some Ozempic. Yeah, it doesn't make it worse because then they got that weird head shape. It just because it doesn't suck all the face fat, right? The feds not only knew it, that's probably how she got the spot. All this is just proving that Castro has a role in the whole federal government. That's all that it proves, which is not a shot because most dictators, quote unquote dictators, in different countries have a role for the what you want to call it, the federal, the world government, the NWO, the globalists. You know what I'm saying? The bankers, the coincidence crew, allegedly. I mean, I can call these people a trillion different names. It's the same people all the time, every time. 99% of the time. When all this shit happens, give out Blue Chew instead of letting people burn off the calories. Give out Blue Chew. Now they selling Ozempic through like Hims and shit now. They selling Ozempic. I'm not gonna take no Ozempic, bro. Fuck that. Fuck some Ozempic, man. I'm gonna just have to. I gotta cut the calories, man. And they gonna turn into a 15-minute city probably. They're going to do it eventually, and burning a whole bunch of LA is a good way to do it. So maybe LA is going to be the first 15-minute city. We'll see. LA's mayor said the criticism was racially motivated, not because she was incompetent. No, I mean that's a basic defense. We'll see. They might just let it be a fucking Mad Max. Yeah, who knows? It took longer than 15 minutes to burn. Is the next Olympics in LA? You're probably right, Forbidden Room. 15 minutes. See, let's see if we can find a video that can explain it better. It's a concept of making sure everything is 15 minutes away or some shit like that. But it's these little mini cities they're trying to build, allegedly. Let's see. Okay, let's Olympics are supposed to be there. Yeah, everything you need would be within 15 minutes. So next Olympics are supposed to be in LA. So let's look at what this guy thinks a 15-minute city is.
What is a 15-minute city? I have a very special clip as we travel off-site to examine and visualize what our futures look like in a 15-minute city. If you want to see what I can't show you on YouTube, be sure to watch my weekly show, Scuttlebutt Lodge, on Odyssey, Facebook, and Instagram.
Cities that they're great things, and then other people who are very worried about what a 15-minute city is. And I know we have a proclivity in our culture, in our society today, that we have to rely on expert models before we can make a decision if something's good or bad. So I decided that I would create an expert model to help visualize.
How do we know it's the expert model? Just because he grabbed some Asian guy, we're just supposed to assume y'all good at math and y'all figure this out? What the fuck? Fucking bigot. Keep going.
People, what is a 15-minute city? So come on in, let me show you what a 15-minute community looks like.
Well, I'm excited to see this, Randy, because you always break things down into nice practical ways, right?
Here we go.
Dealing with chickens. What does it say, Rona? What is going on? What are we watching? I'm sorry I'm watching this, guys. This is probably this is probably the worst explanation I could possibly have picked for a 15-minute city. It was probably easier just to say everything would be within 15 minutes. But here we're dealing with this racist in this chicken coop. Let's see what bigotry is about to put up around the people.
These residents of the 15-minute community, they're not locked in, but they just stay there. They're free to come and go, but they don't. So let's take a step inside. Everything they need in their life is right here in their 15-minute community. A water bowl, a feed tray. They own nothing, but they are exceptionally happy. And you know how happy they are is by how many eggs they produce. And it's so wonderful.
Okay, so they own nothing. They're like, okay, I have to, hopefully we get it. Basically, I guess, no to mega cities or a bunch of mini cities combined into a mega city. And honestly, this concept has already existed. I mean, I felt like everything I needed was within 15 minutes in Charlotte. I feel the same way where I am in Houston. This isn't already, because that's a lot of cities have just the way they're laid out. You know what I mean? When I was in Charlotte, it was like 3 different Publixes near me, 2 or 3 different Walmarts, 2 or 3 different Bojangles and Zaxby's and Targets and whatever the fuck else was all driving distance that wasn't that far. So I could always, similar here, Walmart, H-E-B, all the shit I need is within a good 15, maybe 20-minute drive. So that some of that's already here in a very light way. But I think the WEF, if there is one thing that hadn't been spoken of, unless it's in the chat and I missed it, because I will go back and make sure, but a little bit more, I don't know if regulation is, but a little bit more restrictive. A little bit more restrictive. So let's see what I missed. So yeah, see, Forbidden Ruin hit on why it gets a little bit more darker than just that. So yep, the Olympics, we're supposed to be there, eat the bugs, live in the pod. Everything you need will be in 15 minutes. 15-minute city. Yeah, no car, no freedom, no rights. Everything within 15 minutes. No cars, no bikes, nothing. Just walking. If you try to leave, they lock you in. It's a time just in the Forbidden Ruin. I'm explaining it. It's walled in, cut off from the rest of the country, militarized zone. Need some memes where it's just the LA Olympics. People are running and jumping over fire. Oh boy, it's dark. Have to bushcraft in the wilderness. Chicken coop is a nice example. Yeah. Your carbon credit is insufficient to leave your 15-minute designated area, citizen. Yep. He's trying to trick him into his fuck shack. Yeah, what the hell's going on there? To catch about 15-minute cities, everyone is packed under his easy-to-burn tinder box. That's also a thing. So, yeah. Basically, no to a mega city. Yeah, they're little mini militarized pods almost. And Power Rangers RPM, the plot is AI robots destroying 90% of the population, making the world a wasteland. Only way to survive is a 15-minute city that's artificial and no one can leave. Dark. This guy sounds like Francis E. Declan III. Are we going back to medieval city design? Sort of. You can talk about like the walled out, like moats and stuff like that. But that's it. More the mega city is confined into a bunch of 15-minute areas that you can't leave. But maybe you could go into the next area depending on how many carbon credits or your social credit or your clearance for your job, et cetera, et cetera. New York can empty out the rest of their state. They all live in NYC. Outlaws live outside the militarized zone. Yeah. They'll take every major city and pack them into these zones. Shit being so close to you ain't the issue. Yeah. But I mean, what I'm saying is they've already soft trained us for this. Is what I'm trying to say. They've already made the transition a lot simpler because a lot of urban areas are already kind of like that. Certain suburbs and certain neighborhoods become a 15-minute city. So your behavior is already doing it. You're already de facto doing it. It's just now all they have to do is put in the military thing because they've already trained you to behave in such a way and to think in such a way anyway. So it makes it an easier leap. So it seems like it's not an issue, but as far as making this leap to get people to adapt and take to it, it is definitely a necessary psychological issue. The MVP sounds racist. The Nickelodeon award. I didn't watch the Nickelodeon broadcast. You only need 1 15-minute per city per zone. You might get those mega towers like in Dread, where they had those big ass towers like 90, 100,000 people live in pods half the size of a prison cell. Night City. Hey TJ Rolfe, I didn't say hey to you earlier. Appreciate you being here. California's plan to become its own country. That's the only reason how 15-minute cities create. Well, the plan, the thought is that the globalists will separate all of the world into this. That the entire planet will be nothing more than these 15-minute zones, some of which may be linked together, and that you will not be able to escape. You'll own nothing and like it. So that's the idea. The entire, not just California, the extended theory is that the whole world could become something like this. The Vatican is a prime example. 5 million people attacked in a tight prison. Just wear your tinfoil hat. Yeah, they don't like the tinfoil talk. Tri-county area is a key phrase. Everyone in those areas will be put in one of those areas. Joe Mixon won the MVP. That's crazy. That's crazy. You could have gave it to CJ. That fucking play. Golly, that was a crazy play. I make it when I can. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Tri-county area, 2.3 million people. See, that's the whole plan for the whole West. And really the whole world. Really the whole world. Bill Clinton took Newsom down to Mexico for some secret sweet meetings before this. Oh, boy. Only God knows what happened there. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's that may be for California that is interested in Newsom went down to Mexico for some secret Freemasonry down in Mexico right before this happened. That's crazy work. Crazy work. Real crazy work. So yeah. I don't know. It sucks talking about this stuff, man. Because, like, I wish there was an answer. Like, we know something's going to happen, but we can't stop it. Helplessness, man. I don't want to. That learned helplessness is also a thing. Maybe we can't stop it. But a lot of people thought stopping it was, I hate to bring it up, your favorite guy, the Orange Man. Oh, just vote for the Orange Man and all will be well. And I knew that, we've said many times, you can't vote your way out of this. I know Cinch said it, and I think a few of us all said it. He just, one of his favorite piece of ass. Yeah, the answer is drop of ice and gain the skill. Maybe the answer on some level is off the grid and homestead living becoming a bigger thing. I mean, I know a lot of people. Some people are talking about it. You'll see it on social media. People with their gardens. Maybe some of that is a part of a thing. Just, people in general losing their dependency on the system. But, I mean, that happening at a wide level, I don't see that happening. And we already know what happened to a lot of farmland being bought up by a lot of these billionaire sociopaths. So I think in many ways it's good that some people can realize very distinctly that, okay, both sides are in on it. Because a lot of people have real trouble with that. But if there's anything from Elon and some of the recent stuff, and then the Soros stuff and some of the recent stuff, and even Zuckerberg and his seeming switch, it's like, oh, okay. So now the technocratic demons are just picking a different side. This was never this was never a real choice. And I'm not saying, Kamala, the Ugandan Indian giant, would have been a great president. She probably would not have. And only God knows what, me and Richard was talking about how bad feminism, that was his point. I don't want to steal it because I hate when bigger creators steal my points when that used to happen. But to his point, feminism might have gotten a shit ton worse. That was definitely one of the leaning points for Kamala. So let's not act like nothing got decided. So that's fair too. That's fair. No, yeah, that was your point. You had said feminism would have got worse if Kamala would have won, and I think you're right. Oh, good luck. The SSD. I know what the SSD is, but I know everyone in the chat may not. Hope that does work. I got a whole computer, because one thing I was thinking of, well, you mentioned the SSD. I got a whole half-built computer where I need a bigger case and maybe another motherboard, a different motherboard. But I need to fucking put that shit together. I've been bullshitting on that. And you just reminded me of that. I've had it for a minute. So good luck with the SSD. Because that's the one thing about building computers. Getting shit to work is always a goddamn nightmare. And I don't feel like rebuilding a new computer, which I probably do need at some point, but I just don't feel like it financially. The Amazon New World, New World bricked your last SSD and video. Oh boy, that's a nightmare. If something gets bricked. Oh man, how did it? What's wrong with this game that is bricking video cards and SSDs? Is the game worth it? Like shit, that's fucking nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts, man. Good luck with that. Technology sucks. Technology sucks. Play with it for 90 minutes, system froze, crashed, and refused to boot to Windows. That sucks. Could you reinstall Windows, or it was just like nope? Or like, could you? Shit, you don't want to. Could you back up? Is that old SSD backed up at least? Oh man, it's a nightmare, man. That's a fucking nightmare. Try hitting it, yeah. Try punting it. That's the weird part. You can still pull fouls off. Okay. Well. I'm sure there's a way to recover. I wish I was more expert. I know I hate when shit like this is happening to me. 12 gauge interface. Well, shit, if you can pull files, I guess all you can do now is pull everything off of it that you need and maybe reformat it. I did that with an old computer, but that bitch still barely worked. You can copy files, but not transfer files. Oh, sheesh. That sucks. That sucks. I fucking hate technology. I got an old hard drive or two that I can't use, and I want to get everything off of it. Copy off, but not copy on too. Okay. So if you can get stuff off of it, just get stuff off of it, and maybe see if you can reboot it. Like, when I say reboot it, like start it from scratch and then reinstall Windows. Or yeah, you know, it's just people obviously low spec, and some of you guys know Linux. Use a Linux boot disk, could recover. Maybe you can recover in Linux. Video card was the weird one. It loaded, everything worked, had no video output. That's strange. That's super strange. VigilanteWilliamson podcast. We talk everything from NFL to conspiracy theories to SSDs. Shit. Name another channel doing that. And if you can name one, shot, I want to watch them too. Fuck. Let's watch them do this shit. And SMDs. Yeah, and SMDs. Fuck. Shit. Hopefully these 2 days with the football talking head are assholes after that win. I want to hear what some of the Houston. I was listening to a local station the other day. They were still positive. I don't want to get them down, but they were still pretty down. Not the other day, maybe a week or so ago. They were down on the season. And LMVs, they were a little bit down on just how. Listen, I've been critical even of Bobby Sloyd. He called a much better game the other day, and honestly, man, I think maybe I've been too critical. I think it's the offensive line. That offensive line has some issues. Sloyd wants a run-first offense, and I'm a guy who likes run-first, but it's very hard to be run-first with this offensive line. It is very hard. The fact that they were able to score that many points and do as well as they did is a real testament to how good CJ is. For real. And, you know, Joe Mixon, like I said, he deserves some credit too, man. He takes a fucking pounding. He doesn't average per carry like you would like, but, like, he takes a fucking pounding pause. And, like, he does help you. He gets his 3 yards. He's 3 yards in the cloud of dust at this point. He was a little bit more dynamic when he was with Cincinnati. But, again, I think a lot of that's the line. 2 guards have been terrible this year and aren't there right now. Yeah, it did injuries on top. Had a bad line, they also got injured. That's just not good. You know, like a rough first guy. That's not what I said. I wouldn't know where to begin. My time options are limited. I start Windows 10 to mechanical. It's been a nightmare since sheesh. Even about external SSD base, I can just plug in the SSD, USB, and have access. Sheesh. So you can just, yeah, okay. Oh, man, well, good luck. Good luck with that. Like I said, at least you can pull the files off so you don't lose everything. That's, I guess, the only thing. Used to have a Linux Fedora 4 Core 4 and back in 2007. It's a pain to mount and root. Yeah, those are the words I'm thinking, the mount and rooting things. So that's, and then you can maybe reinstall Windows on that after you've mounted and rooted, I believe are the words that he used. Lots of searchable stuff. I see. Not as much as it used to be, but it gets better every month. Let's see. Yeah, good luck for the Texans. There's still one more game in the playoffs this weekend or this week because we have tomorrow's game, Monday, Rams versus the Vikings. Depending on who wins, it doesn't matter. Both are going to go to Eagles. But if the Rams win, who do have the home game, which isn't a home game, obviously, they're the L.A. Rams. So they're playing a game in Arizona because of the fires. The other L.A. team is already lost. If that impacts them, then I guess we would actually have the worst record of the two. But we could not as far as the way the seeding works with the Lions. But that's going to be an interesting game. I kind of felt before these fires that the Rams would win, but we will see what happens. Yeah, I guess it's now tonight, yeah, because it's Monday now. So, yeah, tonight is Vikings and Rams. I say tomorrow, but, yeah, it is definitely Monday. Tom Brady says a sus day everything. I like Tom Brady on commentary because he has interesting insights, but he's a very unrefined talker. He always has like sus moments. There's always compilations of him saying sus shit. I don't know if that's just like there's compilations of everybody saying sus shit, but yeah, he said Edric Cooper was going to hit the right hole, be coming in the guy's face. That's bonkers. Yeah, the Steelers got stumped. I got a video, not necessarily caping for Tomlin, but because I just think it's time for him to move on. Time to be respectful. It's time for it's fine. They should mutually do it, no matter whose choice it is. But you can't keep the fact. One thing I didn't realize when I made my video, which is if you remember, you can watch it now. So TJ Rowe, you can actually watch. Are you a Broncos fan? Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't watch the game, but that sucks that you guys lost to the Bills. But if you want to hear my take on Mike Tomlin, you can. You are a member. Anyone else who's a member, Brandon Hollow. You want to hear my take on Mike Tomlin? If you haven't, you can check it out. It'll be live to everybody Monday, like all videos going forward should be. And you know, when I do other videos like reviews and stuff like I need to do and have planned, you guys will see it. I might check out Batman again just to write notes so you can just get that fucking review done. Pray for you the Bills are better. Hey, you guys got the fucking quarterback and a defense. You got a starting point. Now, you still got to pay Russell Wilson some money. I don't know how long that is for. I don't know if you got to do it next year. When that contract comes off the books, you'll still have a starting quarterback under their rookie contract. So you can spend a lot right now to go get good players if that contract comes off the books this year, which I think it does. So that's something to hope for. And if it's not this year, it'll be next year. So you only got one more year being a little hamstrung. So I don't know how long it is. You might know better than me. If it's next year, that sucks. If this is the last year you got to pay Russell Wilson, cool. Y'all got to pay him to get another year, that does suck. I will admit. You watch for 3 teams this week. Vikings, Texans, and Steelers. 2 out of 3 are done. Yeah, we'll see what happens to Vikings. Paid him $97 million. That's another video I got to make on the overpricing of quarterbacks. Especially, I'm looking at you, Brock Purdy, and Sam Darnold. Especially if he goes out and lose like I'm expecting him to, man. It's like, hey, guys, everybody can't get $50 million. Like Dak Prescott's contract, Kirk Cousins' contract, that's setting that team back. You know, they got a rookie quarterback in Michael Penix with some promise. Penix, I know. But he has some promise. And now you can't really build around a rookie quarterback like you want because you owe Kirk Cousins. And all these teams hamstring their franchise because of these fucking quarterbacks. The Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson. Shout out to Houston for trading him. They traded him for everything. They got everything out of Cleveland. And then they paid this guy $1 trillion. Plus this guy is injured again. Apparently those massages, apparently those were legit massages because since he hasn't been able to get them, his Achilles keeps snapping. So he keeps getting worse and worse each year. So these quarterbacks get these crazy contracts, and the franchise is basically fucked. They're fucked because everyone overvalues contracts, and people aren't even letting teams to go. Like teams aren't fighting over these quarterbacks. People are just out overbidding themselves. They're scared to let a quarterback go into free agency, and they're scared of what other teams might pay, so they overpay every time. And that's why you got all these mediocre quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence, like Kyler Murray, making a bunch of money to miss the playoffs year after year. And then you got other quarterbacks not even playing with their team or probably won't play, getting, hamstringing franchises. And I've been meaning to make the video. I just haven't had the time or just the energy. But it's like, stop paying these fuckers, man. It's not rocket science. Stop overpaying these assholes. That's almost what you think. Quarterbacks are usually white, so they're obviously worth more. Well, damn it, white and black. A lot of these guys are crashing out. Aaron Rodgers, another one. Crashing out, white and black. These motherfuckers are not doing it. Like I just mentioned, Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has one playoff win and made $300 million. You could argue he's fleeced every team he's got money from. And he definitely fleeced the fucking Atlanta Falcons. Maybe they were just like, oh, it's a white man. Atlanta, they just gave him the bag. But he fleeced them. Because he's done. He's not what he was. And he was a guy who choked in the playoffs. So it's like, what the fuck? Paying most of the tiers, exactly. They don't tear this off. I do remember Andrew Luck. He just fucking retired. He was so done. Because, again, you got to build around your team. He had no offensive line. Did they lie to him about his injuries and shit? Back had to go for a bit. No worries. Deshaun, they must have been giving one hell of a foot massage. What the fuck type of massages was he getting out here in Houston? Which apparently, I didn't know when I first moved here, but apparently Houston has a rep for these type of quote-unquote massage parlors that a guy like Deshaun Watson might frequent. Apparently that's a city thing. So now I'm scared to get a massage because I'm not trying to goon out. I'm not a passport bro. I'm not trying to pay a pro for a massage, man. That's not what I'm looking for. You would go for TJ Rose the opposite. I can go for one of those Deshaun Watson massages. If they don't pay QB what he isn't worth, he goes to a different team. The others that are left, you can get a better deal or made for you. But that's the thing. Let him go. But Derek Carr left, and how did that go? Nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, hell yeah. You don't want a novice massage? That's true. I'm just talking about one of these ladies of the night. I'm not looking for that type of action, man. But apparently that can be done out here in the H-Town. Which no disrespect. Too much teeth? Oh, no. Because other things have been in that mouth. See, that's why I can't do it. I can't do it. No judgment. No judgment, man. I can't do it. So yeah. Crazy work. Crazy work. Let me see. How far have we gone? Have we hit the hour and a half mark? We're close to it. Sounds like a bad time. Good thing I'm in Denver. The teeth are going through the meth. Oh, no. That's not good either. Shout out to Denver and the evil-ass airport. Oh, fuck. Hey. But I will say this, TJ Rowe. Yeah, silver linings. Did you expect the Broncos to even be in the playoffs at the beginning of the year? Probably not. Granted, I wanted the I wanted the Bengals to sneak in. It probably wouldn't have mattered, but I just wanted to see what would happen with Joe Burrow. Lizard people shall rise again. Lizard people rise up, says TJ Rowe. Yeah. Lizard people shall rise. They shall have their day. Suspected the Broncos would have just missed it, yeah. Which to be fair, they came close. If Bengals have won another game, that loss to the Bengals would have kicked them out of the playoffs. If Bengals had beat the Patriots at the beginning of the season, they would have made the playoffs and the Patriots would have had their number one pick. But if the season plays out exactly as it did afterward. So afterwards, so that game, the first game, kind of fucked up both franchises. No, I also made a video that's already on this channel why the number one pick in tanking overall is overrated for the NFL. You should play to win the game. Not only that, you're not going to tank your way out of being good at evaluating players, being able to draft second, third, fourth, fifth, etc., free agency, all that stuff. You got to do that because you got to. One player doesn't change everything if you don't have a good offensive line. For instance, drafting that quarterback doesn't change anything. Your offensive line sucks. Even when you got a guy like Burrow, how many times has he been hurt in just his first 4 or 5 years? I think it's 5 years, and he's been hurt a ton. And he still took him to a Super Bowl with a bad offensive line. He probably is that guy. He put up crazy numbers, but you're still not able to get over the hump because you didn't get your fundamentals right. And now he's already into his real contract, so you missed the chance to do it when he was a rookie on his rookie deal. So you're fucked. That's why it's so important. Now, obviously, they had a lot of close wins, and the league is like that in general, right? Most teams do have a lot of close wins. Winning those close games is the difference between winning and losing, being a good team, being a playoff team, and being a team that misses. Being a team that's on the clock, even. You know what I mean? The Jets had a lot of close games, but they lost most of them. So that just is what it is. If KC had not fielded that third string, yeah, that's true too. If KC wanted to play that game serious, you probably wouldn't have won, man. Back to luck. Yes, true. That's exactly what happened to Steelers. Exactly what happened to the Steelers all season. You expected. You were surprised by the Vikings. I was surprised by the Vikings. They wouldn't go away. And then I was also surprised by, I'm going to be honest, going into was it last week's game with the Vikings and Lions, I thought we were going to lose. The whole week I was expecting for us to be playing this week as a wild card team on the road, and I guess we would have been, this Monday night game in Arizona. That's what I was expecting. But boy, did Alex Anzalone, I always fuck his name, Alex Anzalone, whatever his name is. Did he play with the Saints first? He's one of our linebackers, and boy, I did not realize he would make that much a difference, and that Sam Darnold would be that rattled by our defense with a slight improvement. Our defense, man, say what you will, that motherfucker Aaron Glenn, I'm surprised. Everyone's talking about Ben Johnson. Do you realize we had a top 10 scoring defense with all the replacements and injuries? Remember, our best player got injured early, and then throughout the season, all the injuries we had, we still finished with a top 10 scoring defense. And I care about scoring more than yardage. I know a lot of people talk about yardage. If you stop teams from putting up touchdowns and field goal or getting into field goal position, that's what fucking matters. The yards, they can suck my dick. So we're a top 10 scoring defense with all the injuries. And with some late games where we gave up a lot of points too. Now some of that is because we did have a few cupcakes that we blew out. I'll give you that. But even with that, even with some late games where, we gave up quite a bit of points, we were good. And we also damn near shut out the Minnesota Vikings, which was, they had the third or fourth best record in the league. And held them to under 10 points. Some pretty good fucking defense, man. We're a pretty good team. I think, you know what I think. I ain't going to say it. and I fucked up the deal. The Danielle Hunter made some plays, and I kept thinking about how I fucked his name up. He moved back to his hometown, got a playoff win last time he was there with the Vikings. That game. They got that's another quarterback that got overpaid. I forgot about him. Daniel Jones. I think New York still is going to owe him money next year. They cut him. I think he's the Vikings backup, if I remember. That's another guy. But yeah, shout out to Danielle Hunter. Picking at 2 and 3 is crazy work. Yeah, that is crazy. Shout out to Stroud and Will Anderson doing it right. Yeah. There's people that think the Vikings are selected to win the Super Bowl. Wow, conspiracy. Really? I didn't hear the conspiracy about the Vikings. Ruin. The Steelers game delayed. Oh, somebody flew a drone over the stadium. Oh, man, it's always that asshole. The deal, yeah, you're right there. Aaron Glenn to the Jets. I'd rather him go to the Giants than the Jets because the Jets seem like more of a mess. Even though the Jets got more talent. Just got more talent. Actually, I'd rather go him. I don't know. You know what? I'd rather him stay. I'd rather both him and Ben Johnson stay. I don't think we're going to be lucky twice. I think they're both going to be gone. Actually, spoiler alert, I think one of them, if the Steelers were to get rid of Tomlin, one of either Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn could be the coach of the Steelers. And I also think they would need a position like, especially Ben. He didn't leave last year, and he wanted to go to the Chargers. And then when another Michigan man made this, so I guess you don't have to watch the video. I'm spoiling it, but if you want to watch the video, it was a pretty good video. But another Michigan man in Harbaugh got the Chargers job, and Ben Johnson said, you know what I mean? But I think that's another reason I think Pittsburgh needs to go. The coach, one of those coaches on the Lions staff could be a good a breath of fresh air for Pittsburgh. A breath of fresh air, a breath of accountability. That's another thing that Pittsburgh has struggled with. I think Tomlin wants a little bit more chaos than he can actually handle, especially from the offensive thing. I get defenses. That's why I played that highlight tape. They were definitely trying to coach a chaotic, violent defense when you talk about Tomlin at his best, right? But that doesn't quite work now. All right, peace out, TJ. Appreciate you being here. Travis Hunter going to the Browns. That would be bad. I don't think they should let him play wide receiver, cornerback. He plays both ways in many ways. They let him swing both ways if he goes Brown. Allegedly, that's already happened because I don't know. It looks like his girlfriend is a multi-woman man, or multi-man woman, or both. Who knows? But multi-man woman, and that she's good with multiples, and it seems to be common knowledge, and it's almost impossible that he doesn't know. So it's either you either don't know this or you're into this shit. So when it comes to Travis Hunter, he either is the stupidest human on earth or he's into this shit. I don't know what it is. That's his business. Some guys are into this shit. He looks like a cuckold. A skilled lady is hard to find. I don't know, man. But if I had my money, it would be Travis Hunter as a legit cuckold. Because I can't think of another explanation for this. If anyone else can, we can watch one of those compilations on Travis Hunter's girlfriend. I forgot what this bitch's name is, like Luann or some shit. Tom Brady, he has good throat skills. Ball skills. Whoa, pause. I was looking at my browser homepage. I keep getting Temu ads. That's who New Orleans and Vegas guys. No, it's not Temu. It's Toro. Toro is who they used. Toro. Temu is the Chinese Amazon knockoff where everything is fake and they run a lot of scams with your shit. And they send you a piece of shit that falls apart, allegedly. Which I've never used. Temu is like poor man's wish. The new Android update, auto-install Temu on your phone. Yeah, Temu, the next Chinese government thing. Yeah, names look alike. Yeah, the same gimmick. And, hey, they both might be Chinese intelligence. That might be the through line from Forbidden Ruin. Speaking of which, is TikTok for real supposed to get banned in a week? Is that real that TikTok will be banned after next week? I've been seeing that forever, but I'm like, is that actually going to happen? I will pass. Man, keep yourselves away from this modern shit. Yeah. Watch out. There are good girls out there, but like I said, you got to like actually want them, and you got to not like be a cuckold. I think bro's a cuckold, and that's his business. We joke about it. It is a real thing, man. There are some humans who are into watching their girlfriend get fucked. I don't understand it, but I'm not one of these humans. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Give a lady fish you eat for a day, but teach her to catfish. Well, shit, we have all this technology, all these special effects. Yes, good women exist. You have to earn their respect, and there's nothing wrong with that. But some guys don't want to do that, and they want to shortcut it, and then they get what you pay for in life, like a lot of things. And so with Travis Hunter, he either wanted to shortcut it, or I think, like I said, man, some people are weird. Some people are bi and they're into this, and that's why I'm not trying to be gross. That was the rumor about Will Smith and Jada before everything hit the thing, that they would wife swap, they would do orgies, they would both be with both. That rumor, I heard that rumor like 10, 15 years ago. That Will and Jada might go up to a bar if they like the couple. Oh man, wouldn't it be funny if you were with my wife and I was with yours? And it would be a joke, but it was serious. I heard this rumor way back in the day. So some people are just into some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? I say that's weird. It gets way weirder than that. Fizz says, I don't know. And I keep forgetting Wallace and Gromit. Now I'm out of weed. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to watch the regular show Gumball Revivals. I don't know if the showrunner of regular show is coming back, but definitely know the guy who made Gumball is coming back. But sometimes just because they coming back don't mean they the same. Unfortunately, they could. A lot of people are selling out to everything. Scheduled band starts inauguration day, so everybody's gonna blame Trump. Like we gotta blame Trump for anything that goes wrong. Good women exist. Yep, good women exist. You gotta earn their respect. There's a few good girls out there and great girls for a few dollars more. All right, peace out. Yeah, that was a bit doomer. Peace out, TJ. There's a whole mainstream manga with a main character. Yeah. Aroused by being a cuckold. Cuckold's a thing, man. No way Jada would do that. She completely hates Will. This was 10 years ago, though. Apparently before she hated him. This is 10, 15 years ago. Question for the chat. How is it modern hoes? The hoes 30 and up. Well, they are the modern 30 and up. I mean, shit, 30 and up back in the day was like Beaver Cleaver. Now 30 and up is some single mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still a change. You know what I'm saying? 30 and up was Jane Jetson and shit. You know what I'm saying? And now 30 and up is some single mother or OnlyFans. That's a huge change. Since Jada hated Will the whole time. Probably. Yeah, probably did hate him the whole time. Megan's called Rent a Girlfriend. That's wild work. Wild work. That's on brand though. That's on brand. That's a wild manga. See, I don't know shit about manga and anime. This is the reason why. It's because of shit like that. 35, looking to settle down quick. That's wild. That's wild work. You know, that's why I haven't done dating sites in probably well over a decade. Because, you sick of seeing the girls talk about 3 or 4 kids not looking to play games. It's like, it looks like that's already happened. Like, it's already a save game here, bro. Like, whoa. So, yeah, that's why, go outside, touch grass. That's not real. You got to get off the internet, man. You just got to go out and be places. There's a ton of shit to do. Shout out to Bob's Lady. There's a few different places to hang out. I need to just start getting out. And honestly, I could just, my brother gets out. I can just, hey, where you going? Just go to bars with him. And that's always been open. I just haven't. And then part of it is just, drinking gets expensive. That's one thing I will say. Drinking can be expensive. Okay, it's universally considered trash. Well, that's good. At least it's trash. Of course, you hate him. She's still writing letters to Tupac. I don't even think Tupac took her that serious. He was engaged to a whole different woman. Then don't drink. That's true. You don't got to drink. That's a fair point. Fair counter. You don't have to drink. I don't have to. And I could just go places myself, too. Modern anime is trash. Yeah, I am one of those people with a rep for modern anime and manga. And I mean, I know it's not all weird shit like that, but I always get that suspicion that a lot of it's weird. Realize everything in rental things make more sense. Damn, dark. Beast. Everything's a rental. Everything's for sale, unfortunately. But see, I do like Retro Richard's optimism, that youthful optimism. Every now and again, you can use that shit, man. What it is what it's always been. It's just that shit was more, there was a steadier flow of real shit, and now there's a steadier flow of fake shit, and we just all have to adjust to that. You all have to adjust to that. And getting outside, you know what? I know I was already not the most sociable person, but I know the pandemic did hurt my habit of getting outside. That's why I'm trying to do it more. And oh yeah, that's another thing. Plan obsolescence or plan whatever. Where they plan for things to break. You already know the anime you love. You can try these out. What anime? You probably offhand. What's some of your favorite animes? But yeah, I mean, well, some people you say that. There's a guy down the street from me who has a bunch of 70-year-old cars, bunch of super old cars from like the 60s and 50s. I mean, some of them it looks like he's restoring them, but I mean, you can always restore that. I get what you're saying though. A lot of products are made to go bad faster. There's no doubt about that. But shit, I'm so broke. I'm a struggle way to make it. You know what I mean? Now that we also got YouTube, I'm gonna just put in. You know what I mean? See if I can figure that shit out myself, or if I can't, I got to take it to a mechanic. Take it to a mechanic. Some of those, maybe not quote modern. Some of those old Toyotas from like the 2000s, them hoes still run. You know what I'm saying? There was a few exceptions to that, not in recent years, but in semi-recent. You can get as late as the 90s and 2000s and still get some bitches that still run. But it depends on which year. I'm not an expert on that shit, but some of them hoes will still run 20, 30 years down the line. So it just depends with a bunch of miles. There's Toyotas that would hit the 1 million mile mark. So it just depends. Obviously, most shit is made to fail, but just like anything, there's a few exceptions. Like I said, there's a few Toyotas from the past 30 years that's still running. Not is it Toyotas? There's a few of them, not many though. And yeah, there are cars from the 60s and 70s. Like I said, it's a dude down the street got a lot of 50s and 60s style cars. Some of them in working order, some of them are not. But it looks like he's restoring them. So people, and then Detroit always had the dream cruise. A lot of places I know down south they got a lot of them old schools. People were maybe it wouldn't be running. That's not the original engine that's running. No, but they done took. Essentially, I guess in that way, all you've done is take the body, right? But they've replaced it. You know what I mean? They've put in a new engine, put in new parts, and restored the vehicle, and then restored it, cosmetically. So that does happen. The Toyota. Oh yeah, the Toyota Hilux. Yeah, they destroyed that thing. That bitch still ran. There's a few cars, like I said, in the 2000s, Toyota had a few trucks that you could still put on the road that's now 20 years old. I wouldn't say that, but would I say that about the average car, 20, 30 years? I mean, you get into the tail end, I mean, there's a few of them, I'm sure. But there's been they've had a lot of work done. First three you mentioned are in your top three. So Monster, FMA, Brotherhood, Made in Abyss, and Odd Taxi. Okay. You did mention Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood before, and other people have mentioned Full Metal Alchemist as one of those iconic anime. So let me add it to a list. Toyota started after demolition, became a set prop after that. Yeah, I do remember that. It's unreal what they did to that damn thing. It's probably on YouTube. I mean, we'll probably get in trouble for it, but yeah, that was real shit. So I mean, some of those, but unfortunately, that also is not the norm. That also is the exception. Absolutely not the norm. So that's the unfortunate. What the hell? Okay, that's weird. Okay. I should probably add more to this list as it going. All right, now I have an anime list. Modern anime is just goonery. So that's why I worry about a lot of anime. But I mean, Full Metal Alchemist is not recent. You know what I'm saying? That was anime from when I was young, and I just didn't watch it when I was young. And see, that's why I worry about with modern anime. It's just the goons. The goons and the pervs. You know what I mean? The goons and the pervs and took it over everything. We see NXT, talking about the women's wrestling podcast. It's all NXT. Anyone who watch NXT wrestling, WWE's developmental, that's just absolute goonery. That the whole point, the odd taxi is recent as is Made in Abyss. Okay, fair enough. At least they talented. I mean, they got talent, but the whole reason they on is the goonery, and it's obvious. It's obvious. There's probably other talented women who, there's a few women who ain't photogenic, but it seems like all these girls is just there because they ass cheeks is hanging out. And I don't mind that. I said for the longest they need to increase the sexuality of it. But it's like that's the whole thing. But it isn't the weird part is they got to act like that's not when it is. That's the weird part. And Fizz loves Made in Abyss. Okay. So you saying there is good stuff. They sign people performance center every 6 months. Yeah. Hey, next 6 months it could be you, bro. You should see what that's what you should do. Look at the tryout date and see what you need to do by the tryout. And if it's wrestle a few matches, find places to wrestle and get your shit there and see if you can try out. Because I think you could probably make it. Because then nothing, they go for younger people anyway. A lot of these motherfuckers are your age. You know what I'm saying? 19, 20. What's ain't Javon Evans like 18? Some shit like that. Could barely watch Evangeline with them fucking with all the kid, fucking with the kid all the time, mostly fucking him up on purpose. Oh, he's only 21. I feel like they hired him when he was 18 though. Like he's been like I could have swore he was 18 at one point or he was 19. But he's 21. He's only a year older than you. That's still the point. So he's, maybe they hired him at 18. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I know they hired what's his name, Patrick Clark. He was like 19. Obviously he fucked around and did a bunch of other shit. And most of these shit, a lot of these chicks going to Tony Khan for the same reason. But yeah, now if you want to be a pro wrestler ever in your life, this would probably be the time to do it. The Annoying Chiefs fan talk for the week has already started. Oh man, I can always imagine on the Reddits. I can always imagine. Yeah, you already got the gimmick and the thing. You need to go. Don't. But yeah, I sometimes I'll check out the Texas Reddit. I usually hop in the NFC North for the Lions, but sometimes I check out the Texans. Texas play dirty. Fuck out of here. Texas play football. Fuck that. I wish more teams play like the damn Texans. You don't want them to classify you as a cruiserweight. Fair enough. Mainstream anime, most people talk about is shonen anime, 10 to 16-year-old boys, which is gooner bait with little uniqueness. Fair enough. Don't watch anime, but it's interesting. It's a manifestation of Japanese men's perversion after getting cut by a nuke. There is something to that. Well, 230 is not a cruiser, especially nowadays. They got like JD. Well, JD's gained weight when he first. If you remember JD McDonough when he was first in NXT, what was it? When he was Jordan Devlin, he was small. Do you guys remember? If anyone who watched NXT and NXT UK, when he was just Jordan Devlin, when he first started like 7-8 years ago, bro was like 160. Like, you know what I'm saying? 150. He was very small. So, you know what I mean? And now he's gained weight and probably a little height because he was another one I think they hired when he was like 18, 19, 20. Because he just looks a little bit bigger. He might have been like 18. Because remember, they hired Tyler Bate at 19. They hired a bunch of people at 19. So you're almost too old. You need to get going. So Shonen is gooner bait with flashy lights. Fair enough. So I'm not as knowledgeable about all the different classifications. But okay. Gooner bait or flashy fights, not flashy lights. That's wild work. But it makes sense that it works as a formula. Your favorite #1 anime is Monster by Doctor Who unknowingly saves the life of a serial killer. I think you have told us about it. I think I've asked you this, the whole thing. I think we've gone through this before. Name one of your beats, NXT and Goonie. Yeah, that's a good way to. I could name a track called NXT Goonie. Why not? If I can, actually finish these songs. Let's see. You know what, guys? I don't think I'm going to be playing no games. I think I'm going to go ahead and call this stream now. Unless it's something else y'all wanted me to check out before we go. I may come back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get some videos out. Like I said, I already got a video for members if you want to talk about Mike Tomlin. I know not everybody cares about sports, but if you do, particularly American football, that video's out for the members and will be out for everybody. If you do care and you're not a member, don't worry about it. It'll be out tomorrow, I think like 1 local time, Central. Otherwise, guys, this has been fun. It's been real fun. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. About 2 hours. I always want to get an hour and a half, close to 2 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Not extend it too much longer. So I appreciate everybody joining. Like I said, we may do another stream tomorrow. Definitely will this week. Okay, definitely got to check stuff out. Hopefully I can get a little chance to work on music since I'm off tomorrow. Miss it. Oh, shit. All right. I'll check this freestyle. Oh, should I play it? I always like playing it. This is from a couple months ago. Let me play a freestyle real quick to get out of here. Why not? So, peace out. I'm going to play this freestyle, and I'm going to just let it ride out. We just riding and dying with what Central Dildo tossed us. We'll see if this is cold or not. And then we'll just get out of here. So, I'm not going to come back after this. All right. I'll talk to you guys. Oh, what a retro rich. Is it a joke? Is it a Nazi or is it Diddy? It's one of the others. Oh, it's French Montana.
Find your next.
Oh, it's Goon music. No. All right. I'm just gonna play this freestyle and I'm gonna get out of here. Peace.
Beef or better. Queen of the syrup. Hey,
turn that shit up, man.
Hey, what's the motherfucking point, man? Hey, hold on. I might just flash out on my pappy for that whole shit that he did. How you fucking on my mama but couldn't take care of your kids? What's the point of calling you daddy when you never was a father? And what's the point of reaching out when a nigga ain't ever even bothered? So what's the point of me talking? I picked the same kind of BD. What's the point of him being 32 fucking me at 17? But what's the point of being sad? They just gon' label you as fast. Cause you know dope boys not pedophiles long as they get in the bag. So what's the point of being mad? You better off not giving a fuck. They be screaming they hate P. Diddy, but still love they uncles. What's the point of keeping secret if he a threat to all the nieces? And why y'all hurting all the angels so you can protect all the demons? What's the point of even lying? You get caught up every time. What's the point of your relationship if y'all ass ain't even trying? How we glorifying murders, then we be shocked when niggas die. Like what's the point? Are we down with catching bodies or we not? Like what's the point of getting it right when that shit still gonna go left? What's the point of having fam if you can't ask him for help? What's the point of joining the game if you still feel by yourself? What's going on in the hood? These niggas done started doing meth. What's the point, nigga? You used to be a boss, now you a junkie, nigga? You used to bob a jump shot, didn't make no points, nigga. So what's the point, nigga? Nigga, what's the point? At the point of no return, I need a man till I lunch. What's the point of selling dope if you ain't gon' save the money? What's the point of having a baby to keep a nigga? You a dummy. What's the point of even asking? No, you can't get nothing from me. What's the point of baby wife in case a bomb try to touch me? Hey, I'm going back in. What's the point of tomorrow when I'm right here today? And what's the point of me having it if I can't have it my way? Say, what's the point of letting them hate? Cause they gon' do it anyway. So what's the point of all these questions? Sound like you investigate. I got some heavy on my neck, but today a light day. I'm heating up in this bitch. I might just be a microwave. I just beat up another bitch. I'm starting to feel like Johnny Cage. What's the point of hearing my phone if you ain't gon' get an answer? What's the point of playing real when we all know you an actor? And what's the point of having a pastor if he lying more than us? And what's the point of enemies when it's your friends you can't trust? Say what's the point, bitch? Stop blaming everybody. for your dumb shit. Take some accountability for all your nonsense. But that's just the point, shit. Bitches don't make no sense. Bitches ain't get no dollars. Bitches ain't get no sense. What's the point, bitch? Tell me what's the point? Ay, be for better. Queen of the seal. Ay, yeah, there goes.
That shit was hard as fuck.
What's
her name? Be for better?
What's the point, bitch? Yeah.
Yo, that shit sounded like some Goody Mob almost.
If you have a child,
Oh
12
shit! Then we gotta get the commercial. That shit was hard. So shout out for Be for Better. I'm glad we checked that out to end the string. God damn, she was talking about some real shit. That's what we need. We be talking about. We need MCs talking about some real shit. She had a lot of real shit she was talking about. So Eljo Sick on the left. They won't. Unfortunately, they push Sexy Red all these bitches. She's talking about some real shit, some cold shit, and she was flowing like, man. And I had never heard of Beef Better. Luckily, she did get 1.2 million. This is why it's a blessing. Let me move this shit. And I know we were supposed to end, but that shit was so hard. I'm like, bro. So this did got 1.2 million views. She brought up a lot of shit. It just her with her flow. It almost put me in mind some Goody Mob and off of the Southern beats, but talking real shit. That shit was cold, or like maybe some Big Crit. So the thing is, here's the gift and the curse. The curse is, you're right. They're not going to push her on the mainstream, but the gift is she can still get her music out there to a huge fan base outside of mainstream. And I hope she does. Be for Better. That shit was cold. And you're a real MC. You know, Jackson, Mississippi does have a crazy culture. Shout out to Mississippi. That shit was cold, bro. Shit, if you ever need beats, hopefully I can say I got you. I got to get back on it. That was cold. That was a cold ending. All right, there's nothing I can say to top that shit. Nothing I can do is say to top that shit. Shout out to Jackson, Mississippi. Shout out to Be for Better. Shout out to Sit Your Dildo for that track. Shout out to everybody. I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later this week. We will see, depending on how I feel. Y'all keep it real. Peace.